We're on lesson 6, which has this right ratios and proportions. So we're going to do that and then solve proportions and then solve a multi-step problem as well. So a volleyball team plays 14 home matches and then 10 away matches. A ratio shows us a percentage. It shows us how often something happens compared to something else. So this ratio would be home matches to away matches. The first one is always the numerator, then the 2, something else, is going to be the denominator. So the ratio would be 14 to 10, written like that. Then we could solve this by simplifying it. So both of them can be divided by 2, it looks like. So that would be 7 over 5. And then when you're doing ratios like this, it's actually good just to leave it like an improper fraction like this, because this shows us the relationship, 7 to 5. For every 7 home matches, there's 5 away matches. If you don't simplify it, it would be 14 home matches to 10 away matches. Now we're comparing home matches to all matches. So the home matches stay the same, right? So that'd be 14 on the top. How about the all matches? Well, they play how many games in all? They play 24. So they'd play 24 games in all. So if we're comparing the home matches to all, it would be 14 over 24. Simplify that again, divide them both by 2. That would be 7 over 12. So that would be our new ratio for home matches to all matches. Now we're going to solve proportions, and we're going to solve them the same way as we did with our equations. We're going to learn about cross multiplying to solve these next time, but for this sake we're going to learn them like we did with our equations. So we have 11 over 6 equals x over 30. So what would be the same ratio of 11 over 6 when the denominator gets changed to 30? Well, we could just multiply both sides by 30 to get our answer. So multiply that times 30, multiply this times 30. This would be 30 over 1, correct? So this crosses out, and then 30 times 11, that equals 330. 6 over 1 equals 6. So I'm left with 330 divided by 6 on this left side. Let's do that then. And that gives me 55. So I know that x equals 55. So 11 over 6 equals 55 over 30. Let's do this one then. W divided by 35 equals 4 over 7. So I'd multiply both sides by 35. And this would be 35 over 1. So these would cross off. So W equals whatever this answer would be. 4 times 35. That would be 140. 7 times 1 would be 7. These can both be divided by 7. So 140 divided by 7 would be 20. 7 divided by 7 would be 1, so 20 over 1. So then W would equal 20. So 20 over 35 would equal 4 over 7. And that's actually the same ratio as each other, so that is correct. So here we're going to solve a multi-step word problem with ratios. The elevator that takes passengers from the lobby of the John Hancock Center in Chicago to the observation level at the way at the top travels 150 feet in 5 seconds. That's pretty fast. The observation level is located on the 94th floor at 1,029 feet above the ground. Find the time it takes the elevator to travel from the lobby to the observation level. Well, it's given us a ratio here, 150 feet per 5 seconds, or every 5 seconds. So I'd write 150 feet up here, 5 seconds down here. So that's a ratio, 150 over 5 seconds. Now let's find another ratio that we can compare, then solve, just like we did before. Well, usually when you do this, we need to find how the time it takes. That would be in seconds, right? And this is in feet. Whenever you write these ratios with this equal sign in the middle, you need to have the feet with the feet, meaning the feet, if the feet are on the top here, the feet need to be on the top over here. So I would write my 1,029 feet here, because that's in feet. And then my seconds, what I need to find out is S on the bottom. This looks a little bit different from the proportions we did before. Here the S is on the bottom, and that's a little bit of a problem. It makes it a little bit harder to solve. See, we had W over here and X over here. I've already replaced them, but they were both on the top. Did you know if you flip this one, you can flip this one as well, and that would be the same proportion. So let's do that. 5 seconds over 150 feet equals S seconds over 1,029 feet. And we have the same proportion, which will be much easier to solve. So if you ever get stuck like that, just switch the proportions around. Now we can multiply both sides by 1,029. And then 1,029. So it'd be 1,029 times 5. These would cross out over here. So let's solve that. 1,029 times 5. That'd give me 5145 over 150 feet. And that means equals S. So whatever this answer would be, that would be our seconds, how many seconds it takes. So let's do that. 5145 divided by 150, 34.3. So S equals 34.3. That means it would take 34.3 seconds to get from the bottom to the top of the John Hancock Tower.